Hi everyone, welcome back. Another video on pruning and training of a fig tree. This is a Pastiliere, a 4-year-old tree. Today is February 19th of 24. Let's take a look at this tree from every side. This is again another year where this tree is awakening first. The leaves are already growing. And on this tree, what's interesting is the method that I'm using. Again, I call this bridging, and involves of replacing a missing scaffold in this area. And I'm using the branch from the top scaffold to bring it into this space right there and having fruiting branches here. Very similar to my Saint Rita. Let me just quickly show you this tree. This one still has wire. The only difference with this tree is that I still have an option to replace this branch with the lowest scaffold if I decided to do so. There is a possibility. However, in this case, I do not have any of the branches growing in this area, and let's just point this this portion here of the trunk. This tree was quite tall, and 2 years ago I had back, and the shoot, the bud did not grow. It was not awakened enough. I should have done this in stages. So I'm using this branch now, folding it into this space right there, and I will have fruiting branches there. It is fine. I like use this technique, just makes it more interesting to me. Another way of replacing missing scaffold would be with the grafting. However, I always try to do so if I have an option. So let's take a look at the scaffolding branches. First, I want to just show you the scarring from wire. I had some questions asking of when to remove wire. Well, the wire is removed once the branch is set into place. Sometimes I remove it on time, sometimes I leave it because I don't have time, I don't see. In this case, the wire made quite a deep scarring. However, fig trees very easily heal, and eventually this will be hardly noticeable. Even on a first branch, you can see scarring from the wire right there. And that was to correct the position of this branch. It did grow from in this direction, and I was able to bring it somewhere here. I still have to do more work in correcting structure, so I will still call this more of as a maintenance. And instead of wire, I will use another method of correcting the position of these branches. First, let's take a look on the first scaffold and what it needs to be pruned. Again, I will prune everything, all the branches that grow towards the center. So all of these branches that are growing right there will be removed. Now, looking what to leave here at the top, I do have a branch that's growing here that's very nice, and also one here, and I will prune just above, and that's done pruning. Another small branch right there I will remove. At this point, I do not want any of the nutrients to go into the branches that I know that I will not need. Also, I'm going to take a look and see where is the part that's alive on that portion of a trunk. Let's see here, this is all dead. I think I'm safe to prune right there. Sorry, I'm obstructing the view. I just do not have that option. Okay. If there was a live part even below, I could possibly have some growth from nodes on the bottom. I do not see any. At this point, I'm going to leave it like this, and I'm going to just clean this up even more. Okay. Let's take a look at the second scaffold. However, I think this bothers me. Just standing. So, let me go even closer. Okay, now there is a possibility that a bud will start growing at that area. Let's take a look at the second branch. And on this scaffold, again, I'm looking for fruiting branches, and I have two here. I will prune above. Then again, this one here I really do not need, however I'm going to leave it at this point. It doesn't bother me, it doesn't obstruct any. And here now on the second, or the top branch, again, I'm looking for the fruit branch. This is already about 10 inches away from the trunk. So I do not want this growth to be at too far. Again, I'm looking for a more compact tree. For many of you, this will be fine to live and grow branches even more and have a larger tree. However, in my case, I'm looking for the nodes underneath that's closer to the position, to the base, and there is a very nice node right there underneath. This is the one that I'm looking and the most, would like to grow fruiting branch from here. However, right now the first node that I can use and that's alive is this one here. Let's see if we can see that. Right there, it started to grow, so I'm going to prune just above, about a 1/4 inch, right there. Once this starts to grow, and hopefully these nodes right here will be awakened, I can go lower and lower until I reach this point here. Even this one here will be fine. This one is a little bit still too far away. Let's take a look. On this position here, I have 3 branches. I really do not need 3. So for now, this one doesn't bother anything. Here also, it's a smaller branch. Let me just keep it for now. I will keep that one for now. Okay. Let's see. Actually, this one already it has a node that's growing, so I will prune that too. Okay. And at this point I can also clean all of these branches that will grow in the interior. Let's take a look at the top. I will need to bring this down a little bit more. Again, it's too high for me. And removing this bud from the top. I'm looking at the growth from here and this one here. So the top can be removed. Now the hormones will be redirected into a growing of these two. And then the last one here I have is this branch here. Ideally I would like this one to grow a little bit upward. And the node that I'm looking here is this one here at the underneath. Right there. So this will be all removed at some point. Okay, so now I have finished pruning. Let's clean the bottom on this area here, bottom branch. Okay, so now I'm going to show you another wave or positioning branches with wire. However, I will not wire the branch itself, but I'm using these 12 gauge galvanized wire, and I'm going to just use that like this and bringing the branch in the area where I wanted it. I already had measured this to save on time. So this one here I would like to grow down, more downward. Let's see, where did I position this one? Oh no, this one was actually meant to be positioned here. All right, and then the third one would be to here. Okay, just to create equal space in between them. Let's take a look from away. At this point, this tree doesn't look much, doesn't look pretty. However, in a month or so, once these branches start growing and we have foliage, this will be pretty much evenly covered with leaves. It will be quite a balanced tree. The only thing that I can do here is just to raise this branch here just a little bit upward. Again, I'm looking at this branch at the bottom as a fruiting branch. Maybe for that I can use just a small piece of wire and position it upward. Again, it's not a large branch. Let's see if I can do just with that. Okay, that's all I need. Just a little bit upward. And I'm satisfied with it. Also, I'm going to point out to the trunk line. You can see that this one was straightened with a bamboo stake. At some point this one was quite crooked, and I was able to correct the angle right there, and now it is quite upright. And this is finished product or training. Eventually, when I remove this, this was a little bit too tight. Once I remove it, it will kind of go back down in that area. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.